Welcome back to the CarZitoon Cars channel. Today, we're diving into a question that's been on everyone's mind. Why couldn't Lightning McQueen just get an upgrade to become faster? On the surface, it seems like an easy enough solution. Just swap out a few parts and boom, you've got a faster race car. But as we'll see, there's a lot more to it than that. To start off, let's talk about the technical side of upgrading a race car. As any mechanic or engineer will tell you, making changes to a car's engine, suspension, or other systems can have a big impact on its overall performance. And in the world of racing, every little bit counts. But here's the thing, upgrading a car isn't as simple as just swapping out a few parts. It requires a lot of careful planning and testing to make sure everything is working properly and safely. And for a high-level racer like Lightning McQueen, the stakes are even higher. One mistake could cost him a race or even put his safety at risk. Take, for example, the process of developing a new engine. This is a time-consuming and costly process that involves designing, building, and testing prototypes to see how they perform. And even if you manage to come up with a design that's faster and more efficient, there's still the matter of integrating it into the car. You have to make sure that it fits properly, that it's connected to the rest of the systems correctly, and that it's safe to use. All of this takes time and resources, and it's something that McQueen and his team would have to consider if they wanted to upgrade his car. But it's not just about the technicalities of the upgrade itself. There's also the matter of regulations and rules in the racing world. Every race and championship has its own set of guidelines and requirements for the cars that are competing. And if a car doesn't meet those requirements, it won't be allowed to race. For example, let's say that McQueen's team manages to develop a new engine that's significantly faster than his current one. They might be tempted to install it in his car and see what it can do on the track. But if the new engine doesn't meet the regulations for the race or championship they're competing in, they won't be able to use it. This is a common problem for teams that are looking to make significant changes to their cars. They have to make sure that their upgrades not only make the car faster, but also comply with the rules of the race. But it's not just about the technicalities and regulations. There's also the personal aspect of it all. Lightning McQueen is more than just a race car. He's a living, breathing character with his own personality and goals. And for him, racing isn't just about being the fastest car on the track. It's about pushing himself to be the best he can be and learning from his mistakes. Think about it. If McQueen were able to just upgrade his car whenever he wanted, it would take away a lot of the challenges and obstacles that he faces on the track. He wouldn't have to work as hard to improve his skills and techniques, and he might not learn as much from his mistakes. Racing is about more than just going fast. It's about the journey and the lessons you learn along the way. And for McQueen, that journey is an important part of who he is as a racer. So, what does this all mean for Lightning McQueen in his quest to become faster? It means that he has to work hard and be creative in finding ways to improve his performance. Instead of relying on upgrades, he has to focus on things like fine-tuning his setup, practicing his driving skills, and working closely with his team. This isn't to say that upgrades in technology don't have a place in racing. They definitely do. But at the end of the day, it's the hard work and dedication of the team and the driver that make the biggest difference. And this is something that McQueen knows all too well. Throughout his racing career, he's faced a number of challenges and setbacks, but he's always managed to overcome them through sheer determination and hard work. But let's not forget about the other side of the equation, the competition. Racing is a highly competitive sport, and there are always going to be other cars that are faster, more advanced, or more skilled than McQueen. And while he can do everything in his power to improve his own performance, he can't control what the other cars are doing. This means that there will be times when McQueen is beaten on the track, no matter how hard he tries. But that's all part of the game. Racing is about more than just winning. It's about the thrill of the competition, the challenge of facing off against other skilled drivers, and the satisfaction of giving it your all. And for McQueen, that's what it's all about. In the end, It's clear that there are a lot of factors at play when it comes to upgrading a race car like Lightning McQueen. It's not just about making him faster. It's about technicalities, regulations, personal goals, and the competition. But even without an upgrade, McQueen has proven time and time again that he's more than capable of being a top-tier racer. So, let's just sit back and enjoy the show as he continues to blaze his own trail on the track. Thanks for tuning in to the CarZitoon Cars channel. We'll see you next time.